There, hard to tell. Hard to tell. Let's see. They don't seem to be like at attention, so I don't know. Sorry.
5 minutes because they're still gonna they're figuring out all this audio issues.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
I need to go get a drink of water.
Okay.
Just out the drink on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to stand in front of the camera in case they do.
Still waiting, I can fill.
Good. How are you? Good.
You're looking well.
And you.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Hey guys, can I squeeze in
Sure.
here? Thanks,
Sure.
man.
Sure.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Test. Camera's going to
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Test.
Drew, as soon as they start, I'm going to.
Yeah, it's fine.
Actually, but I would like to get maybe my question, maybe if I get a question, so I'll keep it on.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah.
Well, we are waiting this news conference that is expected to begin very shortly. You can see, of course, flags behind me in the official States.
Right now, we're still waiting for
Governor
the governor to
Spencer
arrive here, and other key players are going to be
crowd.
coming up.
We understand the Utah Department of Public Safety
Have a press conference. We're inside an
will also
auditorium right now
be speaking
on
to us,
campus,
in
and boy,
the,
there's a lot
Val
of unanswered
Peterson,
questions
who's the
still
vice
out there,
president of
especially
Utah Valley
if the
University,
shooter
will
is
also
still
be
out there.
speaking.
We
The
did see
FBI
some
is
a
here, but
picture
we
that
do
somebody
not
sent
know
me
at this
of some
point
SWAT
if
team members out in
they
the
will be
Orem neighborhood
speaking
there.
or
I don't know if you remember or not, but a little bit earlier we showed you some of those
official
officers
information
racing
about
away
what
as if to go to somewhere close by campus here. I don't know exactly what they were going to look for or anything like that, but somebody did send me a picture of some SWAT team members in a neighborhood there, canvassing an area. So we're not exactly sure what they're looking at, but again, this press conference is expected to start at 4 o'clock right here, and we're expecting the governor to be here, we're expecting the FBI to be here, and also the governor of public safety. Again, this is a podium right here, you see it all set up. We're wanting to be able to talk to this. This is just a real tragedy. I mean, this is not only a local story,
very shortly.
we're doing a national story. This is going to be an international story here. So what happened here at UVU today? I did talk to a public affairs individual here on UVU campus. He said that Charlie had about 8 security personnel there with him at that event. They also had several other security personnel from UVU that was also at that event. And so we're still trying to get details.
That's right, we still haven't gotten
happened.
word.
But they said, he told me that there was about 1,500 people gathered together at that event. And when this all went down. And so again, we're still trying to find out who's running safety and also the what they're going to be looking at. So
Which is over the past several hours, we've been watching as the Utah County SWAT team and other law enforcement kind of going building by building,
players in that
what I saw
area.
earlier, we're kind of
Here on campus,
students
completely
leaving
walked
some of the buildings here with their
in
hands
order to get into this building here, just because they had everything locked down.
what I presume
The doors were locked,
locking
and
down, or they were going room by room,
sweeping all the buildings. So it's very clear that maybe they still have enough down there, or that they're still making sure that they may not be hiding here on campus. I also saw some video. Someone had sent me some video of possibly someone up on a roof. Now again, I'm not able to confirm any of that, but I'm able to say what exactly it was. But again, somebody shot some videos, some cell phone video of somebody
building by
up on a
building.
roof.
That's what we've been seeing
And
this
I
year.
don't know if that had
This
anything
will
to do
be
with
our
this or
first
not.
chance to get
It appears as
up-to-date
though
information
everyone we
from
talked to that was
official
so close
sources,
to this was
official
unusual.
law
Everyone
enforcement
that
and the
saw this
governor
happen,
about what exactly
nobody saw
happened,
the
what they
shooting.
believe
I
happened, if they have
anybody
anyone in
find
custody,
anybody
and
actually saw
what is the plan for
And
the
so
university
there's a
going
lot of
forward.
questions there as to where he may have been, he or she may have been when those shots were fired. But everybody telling me they heard one shot, and then that's when Charlie went down.
I could if you want to.
Still trying to find out a lot of
That
questions.
we might. I don't have a lot to say, but I can.
But we'll keep you posted.
I don't know about that because what it would say is that this is a very secure building. Even getting into the building that we are in right now, we were greeted by an officer who was very nice but had an AR-15 strapped to his chest. So, this is heavily secured, and of course the governor, as you pointed out, travels with his own security detail. They're surrounded outside these doors. There are hundreds of law enforcement officers, at least in the area of campus where we are.
Okay.
It is very much in a lockdown setting where we are, which certainly presents its own challenges. We are limited in where we can go. We are in
I lost it.
auditorium where this news conference will take place, and that's where we are limited to.
No, that was the Are you ready? I just have to. Oh, you put them on. Oh, okay. You saw them off that charger over there? I got you from any dead ones that you have, put over there, and I'll slap them on the charger. That's what If you want to charge up your live video, because we didn't.
Hi, media. My name is Taylor Keys. I'm the Associate Director for the Utah Department of Public Safety. I'm Director under Hillary over there. Okay, I'm going to be needy, but since we're running the live stream, I'm going to set up my tripod right here, and I'm going to start it now. We're going to have Roden come up every 5 minutes because, we're already late. And let them know what's happening. But the governor's being briefed over in that other building right now, and then they're going to come over here and hopefully start. But now I can't find Cam. Has anyone seen him?
Okay.
I saw him at the back of the room.
Got a little bit more information.
Sorry.
No, no problem.
I was like, I am not here.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do something if you want.
Are they going to take us? I think it'll take Are they taking us soon?
5 maybe like 5 minutes. That's what that's my sense. Yeah. Okay. No, like maybe in another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes you start with Roden.
With Roden. Yes.
Roden.
With Roden. Without yes.
Okay, and then the governor.
Just telling us the time code?
Okay.
or is-
All right. Yeah, in about 5 minutes they'll start.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you gonna get taken? Are they taking you?
They might take me soon. Yeah. Just for a minute.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me.
Cam
let me just
is
get this
a
in.
lieutenant now,
He
right?
is a lieutenant with the Utah
Right.
Highway Patrol.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Anybody else besides he and the governor?
We will have our commissioner speaking as well.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then the Attorney General's office, I saw
Seen them,
Joe,
but I think it's going to be an FBI representative.
the FBI. Okay. Okay. Very good. I have a little bit more info. Stand by. Okay. Do you want to push to that? Okay. Oh. Yeah, we understand that the people who are going to speak are Lieutenant Cameron Roden with the Department of Public Safety, also Governor Cox, a representative of the FBI, and also the DPS Commissioner will be speaking today as well. They're making some last-minute preparations there, so everybody is prepared here at the podium. There are press from all over the state here right now, and we expect with all of those individuals speaking that we'll get the situation related to the investigation, what the FBI is doing to help bring this to some sort of resolution. Has there been a resolution already? What is the status of the investigation? Governor Cox, we understand, is inside the building right now, not in the auditorium, but in the building, getting a briefing on this. And then the DPS commissioner, in terms of the resources that have been galvanized to delve into this as deeply as possible. I mean, just outside this building right now, there are myriad cop cars, fire trucks, paramedics, police dogs. We've seen them as well. Officers in SWAT gear, the long guns, very apparent on campus. All of that is really just outside the door, if you will. So that is a little bit of what we expect to be hearing now. We hope that they're going to be taking some questions, although I can say from my vantage point today, this is the first we've heard sort of an official version of events. So that sometimes conflicts with what witnesses have said and what witnesses have told us. And we've heard those stories over and over again. It was a question about gun violence. And then even before Charlie Kirk could pick up the microphone, according to one witness, the shot rang out. Some saw blood actually on his right neck, and then saw Charlie Kirk slump at that point. Most people did not go to help. There were some who did, at least according to the witness statements. Others tried to beat it out of that quad as quickly as possible, the outdoor space where this event was taking place. And so that's where many people tried to get as quickly as possible away from the source of the gunfire. Where exactly that gunfire came from, we don't know. And in terms of the suspect, what do we know about the person who was taken into custody briefly? What do we know about that individual? And then what was it that led to that person being released? And then the current suspect right now, is there any information? Is there a description? Is there a profile? Is there a call for video? Those are some of the questions. This is an associate director of the Department of Public Safety right now. I think these are preview remarks, but we should start very quickly now.
An update every 5 minutes until the actual press conference starts. Also, if you guys need a water, our UVU hosts are kind, and they have brought some because I know it's hot and we're all in one room together.
Okay, so again, if you come, that's okay, Cameron. Nice to see you. So Lieutenant Roden is nearby. This is going to happen in a couple of stages. The DPS and Utah Highway Patrol will be speaking first about the situation, perhaps the current status of the whole milieu of events on campus. Then we're going to be hearing eventually from the governor. The governor apparently is not ready yet, so that's going to happen later. First, we're going to hear though from DPS, and again, a lot of these, a lot of this is preparatory. These things never happen or seldom happen on time. It may take a little. And then there's the other issue here of what is new, perhaps in the last half hour. Are there some new developments that need to be processed first, and that everyone is clear on what the circumstances, what the facts are, before they share them with us? Because there's already been that situation today where
mic check 1 2 3 1 2 3 check 1 2
so
3 4
that's
5
that's
6.
something else that may be addressed here as well. To get all of those individuals together quickly is notable. The other question might be, however, why didn't we hear something 2 hours ago, or closer to the shooting scene? There may be a good explanation for that. We don't know. But the lieutenant for DPS, Cameron Roden, will speak first. The governor, the FBI, the DPS commissioner. Again, I did see a representative from the Attorney General's office here, but it doesn't appear that individual is going to be part of the formal remarks today. So that's the situation here. We are all waiting word with a certain sense of anxiety and trepidation here, because not having the official version of events, and then when you hear them, sometimes they can be jarring. The different perspectives from around that quad and even outside of it are one thing, but to hear it, an official recounting of the events through the investigation is really quite another. And I'm going to yell up and just see, Lieutenant, are you soon to take the podium?
Yes, we're just waiting. There's a command meeting right
Okay.
now.
All right.
So as they wrap up that command meeting, then they'll start heading this way.
I see. Okay, and the command meeting is with whom? Are you able to say?
The chief, commissioner, governor.
Okay. All right. So we just heard word that there is, quote, a command meeting that is going on right now with the chief, he described it. Which chief is a little unclear to me. The commissioner of the Department of Public Safety and the governor. And once that breaks, they will have something more to tell us here. So we will get back to this as soon as it happens. We're in a waiting period here at UVU. Brian Malahi, KUTV 2 News. Okay. And are you making statements before they do?
No.
Okay.
So they're just kind of running they're doing a briefing, and then they're just
Then they're
kind of
gonna-
running the
Okay.
We should have about 2 minutes before they finish that, and then it'll be about a 5-minute walk over here. So about 7 minutes out, maybe slightly more.
Okay, now you can tell that to the live, okay?
Okay.
3, 2,
We should be beginning our briefing on the UVU incident here shortly. That should begin in about 5 to 10 minutes. We're just waiting for individuals involved in this to work their way over to our briefing location.
Sorry, say that again, TJ. Are you coming in next? Can you see what we've done, or do we need to move on?
You told me I was actually Rob saying that it's sealed like separate.
Like this? Oh, I'm good right now.
What's up, Amy? Come look. She has the best eyes for this. Amy, look good. Give that a good smack.
I did too. Yeah, I feel like I was strong. Okay.
Yeah. Great. Is your shot good? I'll stand it.
Yeah, that's correct. We're inside an auditorium here on campus right now, where a press conference is expected to take place any minute now. We're just got basically about a 7-minute warning that the press conference will be starting here shortly. This is where we'll be happening up here. All the major players, of course, will be here for this press conference. We're expecting the governor to be showing up, along with also the FBI and the Department of Public Safety. So again, this is a case that's going to go international, of course. A lot of people wanting a lot of answers as to what went wrong here, what happened, and just a lot of fear, of course, on campus from students as far as what they saw and the trauma they experienced, and then also coming back to school, you know, what this is going to be like. And so, again, I think the main questions we want to be able to try and answer right now is, do they have any idea where this shooter may be at this time? Or if they have any indication as to if he's still on campus or not, or what they're finding and those kind of things. Also, as far as the security goes, I did talk to somebody from the UVU Public Affairs Department. They told me that Charlie had about 8 security officers or so, personal security officers with him, and then they also had UVU security officers there. And so, what exactly, you know, obviously from the video that we see of what happened there, they weren't standing necessarily right next to him there, but he was open enough to where somebody could shoot and fire those gunshots. Now, where that gunfire came from is the other big question. Everyone we've been talking to here, nobody seems to have seen an actual gunman or somebody that actually fired that gun and where that shot came from. All they say is that they heard that gunshot go off and then they saw Charlie throw. So again, we're getting video, as you guys have been mentioning there, the station and other things. We're starting to see video merge in of people showing somebody.
Just giving about a 2 minutes.
Somebody in another location. And so, again, that's all speculation right now, but those are videos that police are going to be looking at. We're hoping to be able to get some answers to from FBI. And again, we're hoping probably within the next 5 minutes or so that this press conference will be starting. We do start to see some people starting to file in here, and so we might be getting something here pretty soon as to when this may start. But we'll go ahead and get it back to you guys, and of course, as soon as this takes place, we'll take it live here, and hopefully we can be able to get some of these answers back to you.
And there were there's just one gunshot we heard.
Did you see anything or you know where the gunshot came from?
No, that initially I thought it was real. I didn't know it was real. And then we saw it was also and realized what.
Just describe to me sort of what you saw. And I know that there's certainly
if we can have you get ready for the press conference, we're going to be starting.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. At this press conference, we will first hear from Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason. Then we'll hear from the FBI Special Agent in Charge, Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez. And then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot at an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake Field Office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
On behalf of President Jimenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion.
I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to 2 young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
Are you still searching or looking for another shooter or anybody else related to this?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where, how long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooting?
Do you want to talk about what we know there? Yeah. The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where do you think the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation's ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise and what happens on these kind of events?
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we are devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. Obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Was the gun recovered?
I'm sorry, see?
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
Who made the arrest?
There was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team or a combination of both that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. You know, he has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
To our media partners, we will be sending a release out with updates through one channel of information, whether it's DPS or FBI. So please make sure that you fill out the Google form with updates specific to this incident. Thank you.
Thanks for all your help. This is ours.
Yeah, it's a very strong word coming from Governor Fox here in regards to what happened here. Obviously, a real tragedy. He is pulling this issue. Political assassination. Somebody that came after Charlie Kirk and wanted to take him out. And so we believe right now, from what's been happening as far as what they were able to tell us, they do have a person of interest in custody. They also have another person that they're looking at, but they're not saying whether